fickle. They're fickle.
Go fuck yourself.
Yo, what's poppin', all my peeps? It is I, your host, the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back once again in the yard streams for another edition of Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. And it's not just me, Patty P, here in the yard streams. I'm joined, as always, by the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's poppin', girl?
Hey, yo.
Hello.
How we doing?
Sick.
I know you told me that.
Yes. But I'm here like always.
I know, damn right. Because why?
Because we take no nights off.
Oh, nights off. See, yeah, there you go. Look at you playing into the bit. Great, but yeah, you're sick, which kind of sucks. Not kind of sucks. It does suck. You know what doesn't suck though?
No.
Football being back tonight.
Oh yeah.
All right. Like, it's the most wonderful time of the year. At least when it comes to like professional sports, the Big Four. Because there's nothing like a good Sunday where you just watch football all day.
Mm-hmm.
Potato on the couch. You worked all week. All right. Yeah, we watch our wrestling. It's great. And you know what? To be honest, the best days are when you have football all day and then a sneaky wrestling pay-per-view at night. Oh, those are the best. It's gonna be great. And fantasy is starting up. I'm just excited for football. And as someone, I know you are in that world.
I'm not playing fantasy.
But you cover the Patriots.
I know, but I just meant like it's like my second or third year in a row that I'm not playing.
Yeah, why not into it?
No. It's just like, I don't know. It's like it's not fun for me. So I was like, I don't need to do this. Unnecessary stress for me. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, nah, I don't care.
TBT when we had
because I
started as a fantasy football podcast. So.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like football is my job. So sometimes it's like I don't want to think about it more than I have to. You know, I'd rather just be like, okay, I gotta go and write about the Patriots, think about this. I don't want to then be like, oh crap, I need to put my fantasy team together. But like, I don't want the extra.
It's not in here, yeah.
No.
I've thought about this, okay. And I wonder if there is an opportunity for fantasy wrestling.
I know you've talked about that before.
I have, and there is a way, but I just don't know yet.
I don't know what the end game is.
Because it's a 365 season.
Well, but also there's no like Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's like WrestleMania, yeah, but like it's not people competing to get to Mania. You know what I mean? Like there's no winners and losers, and if you lose, now you can't go to Mania the way that it is at like in the Super Bowl or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so like I think that's the thing, is determining what the end game is probably the biggest thing that could solve that, I guess, you know.
It's very helpful. Sorry, that was very helpful because I've thought about it and it's like how, but yeah, what is the end game? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll bring that back to the nonsense execs who are not happy, Sara. They are not happy this week. Happy with you, not me. Bullshit. Anyways, enough about me. Let's hear from the peeps. Sophia, I bet some Harry Potter fans would like this question. Are you a Harry Potter fan? If so, what Hogwarts house would you have to choose? So I am a fan of it, but I never got into it, if that makes sense. Like, if a Harry Potter movie is on, or like there's whatever, I'll watch it. But I never got fully invested into it like a wrestling or like a sports team. It's everything. Or like Marvel, because I bring up Marvel all the time. Without a doubt, though, I'm 100%. I feel like I think I'm Gryffindor, but I'd really be in like Hufflepuff.
Same. I'm not a Harry Potter fan whatsoever. In fact, I actually like can't stand it. Like I don't want to watch it. So
Okay.
I mean, I've watched it because my mom and my
No.
sister and my nephew love Harry Potter. So like I've sat there and I've watched it, not from beginning to end. I have no idea what the fuck is happening 99% of the time. However, I was intrigued to see what house I would be in. And I took the test and it told me Hufflepuff. I was like, I'm such a friggin' loser. Like, why do I have to go in the like cool, like the like I'm a good kid one? You know, I was like, Slytherin, bitch. That's what like, I don't know. So no, I'm like Hufflepuff, I guess.
Or Slytherin. Like that's like I could see myself in Slytherin. But I don't know. I see whatever. We'll see. Do you want to see AJ? Nathaniel asks if we want to see AJ be Becky.
No.
That's something that I discussed yesterday. Is not that specifically, but how long do we see AJ Lee?
I don't think the
around?
title has anything to do with AJ Lee coming back, so I
either.
don't see a reason why she would win it.
Yeah, me either. I
I also
We'll
don't think she'll commit to that long of a return, like enough that she would feel comfortable showing up all the time to be a defending champion. You know what I mean? Because there's no point of doing hot potato with it after what Becky's tried to do it with elevating it. You know, like I don't. This whole thing comes more down to Seth Rollins and CM Punk, the world heavyweight title. That is the center focus of whatever they're going to be doing. So I don't see that happening.
Exactly. The bad guy says what's up to the peeps, and that Ronda Rousey showed today she has no idea how the wrestling business works.
Yeah. She's too
kind of
selfish.
Plain spoiler to a segment. David, go Birds.
No,
Go Birds. That's disgusting. I just like.
It's because he's my friend at work.
Got you, but still, I can't. Do you at least play pick'ems?
I don't do anything.
Shit, thank you.
I just watch games. That's what I do. I watch the Patriots because I have to. And that, I mean, I watch them.
That sounded so like
I watch them because I have to, but if I could, I'd watch them anyway. And then I watch like whatever other games. Like I always watch Sunday and Monday Night Football. I watch Thursday Night Football, and then whatever game they're showing in the after, like the opposite slot of the Patriots game. So, yeah, I don't get into like any fantasy. I don't get into betting. I don't do any of that. I'm quite boring. Yeah,
I do. I'm literally because you reminded me. I got to do it. I'm doing my pick'ems, a weekly survivor pool with. It's like a former employee of my brother's. He runs a survivor pool that last year the total payout was $30,000.
Dang.
So my dad and I both put in 20, and I'm making the picks now. So I'm gonna take. I don't know who I'm gonna take yet. You can only pick Sunday games. So here are like the rules of it.
Okay.
So you can only pick Sunday games, and if a game goes into overtime, it's a draw. No one wins. So
that makes sense because you can't accurately like prepare for that. Yeah.
Correct. It's so good. Like I love it. So
well, and if you miss something by the end of the game, and then it's like, oh well, I hit it in overtime. It's like it's almost like cheating, because technically when they were supposed to hit that mark, they didn't. So
and it's no Thursday or Monday.
Yeah.
So you have to do a Sunday game.
Got it.
So my dad has the Cardinals, and I am still undecided. I don't know who to pick yet. I want to save like my Lions and Patriots. You know what I mean? I'm kind of saving my Patriots for the Saints. So who are the Saints playing this week?
I don't know.
Oh, they're playing the Cardinals. All right, so Dickie's doing that. So yeah, so I'm gonna think of someone while we go here. So a lot of hype building for SmackDown and WrestlePalooza. You're right, Dickie. Speaking of movies, The Rock is favorite to win an Oscar. Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday.
I don't even want to talk about him.
Okay, well,
Clown, absolute clown.
Well, the movie's gonna be fucking sick because A24 produced it. All right, it came out of that studio. A24 puts out.
He's trying to be Dave Bautista. It's really actually kind of sad.
Okay.
I'm just saying, why do you think he lost 60 pounds?
He looked like that when he was in the early 2000s, though.
No. 60 pounds? Do you think he gained 60 pounds?
Gained or lost?
He's lost 60 pounds. I'm saying
I could see it of like muscle too.
No. Do you not find it to be coincidental that Batista just like slimmed way down and now The Rock did it?
I don't think like that.
Batista was just named the best wrestler turned movie actor. And The Rock's like, nope, not on my watch.
The Rock might never wrestle again.
I
and
hope
to be honest, he did his
God
job.
he doesn't. Okay. Right. I hope he stays away, that bald fraud. Get out of here. You know, get out of here.
All right.
That's what I gotta say. Dwayne.
Looks like you've been drinking a lot of lemonade. So
well,
that just segues into
be a lemon, be a rosebud.
Don't be a lemon, Sarah. Being a lemon. Be a rose.
Always a lemon.
Be a beautiful blossoming rosebud. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna encourage the peeps to be a blossoming rosebud because it is time for our rosebuds and lemons of the week. Rosebuds being favorite things, lemons being our least favorite things that we saw in wrestling. And so, Sarah, why don't you continue this royal ramble you got going on, but with a different topic, and tell me your rosebud.
You know what's sad is like I don't know. Like, I mean, we're yet to see SmackDown, but I feel like I talked a lot about my favorite stuff that happened on Raw, and a lot of it revolved around Becky Lynch. So I don't want to like go on and on about that. I don't know. I mean, Raw was pretty good, but I don't know if anything trumped the stuff that I didn't like this past week. So
nothing. You didn't see anything like.
I mean, not really. I mean, no.
Even online, like.
No, I've seen more negative stuff that like irritated me. And some of it is warranted. It's not just like opinion based. It's like, no, this is like ridiculous. You know what I mean? No, yeah, nothing too exciting for me, unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about my rosebud then, because my rosebud is the fact that I beat you in the predictions for, I think, the first time in maybe 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So
wasn't it only by like one though?
It was by one.
Yeah, because you picked Roman.
I picked Roman. I played the game.
Yeah.
You know what they say? It's all about the game and how you play it, Sarah.
See, that's part of my lemon. That would be a lemon for me. Roman winning, getting written off TV for the third time.
Do you care? So this like genuine question is, I know you always say like wins and losses matter and whatnot, but the fact that even though he won, you still remember that he got carted out and he is the one that, essentially lost visually at the end of the match. Like that, like has the.
Couldn't he have put Bronson over by letting him win?
See, but I don't think that. I think he put him over by the
aftermath. Well, for me, it's not even necessarily that I care about that. It's just more of like, I just don't care about Roman Reigns. He's so overrated. And I'm just like, I'm over him. Like, I'd wish that he would just stay away. Like, I don't find him interesting at all. And he keeps returning and then being written off TV in the middle of a storyline. And that's just like it. I've talked about it before. It's just so frustrating, because why are we still seeing him now just address Paul Heyman when that shit happened 4 months ago? Like, why are we talking about that now? I also would disagree with Richard about Bronson not being a singles guy. Bronson dog walked Roman in that match.
No.
Roman
Yeah, you're right. No, I will. That I
Huh?
will agree with.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you. Like, yeah.
Roman doesn't do shit in matches. I'm sorry, but he doesn't. Bronson dog walked him in that match. And that's the thing that is unfortunate, because I feel like, of course, we're biased because we've been on the Bronson Reed hype train for quite some time and trying to advocate for others to pay attention to his matches and the things that he says and does and whatever. But a lot of people aren't going to remember just how good his match was. You know what I mean? Because either they're going to remember that he lost, or they're going to remember the multiple tsunamis and whatever that happened afterwards to Roman, And so it's like that kind of stuff is just frustrating. Like, even though I love that they put Roman in the hospital and like they looked good in that way, it's something I wish that we could give more credit to somebody like Bronson, because he's done really well. I'm not, I mean, they're not trying to push him as a singles guy necessarily. They're definitely trying to push Braun Breaker in that way, but I think that's fine for now. And I think that Bronson could definitely be like an intercontinental champion in the future. He doesn't have to necessarily be a WWE champion, but he will be, I would say, a mid-carder. I think the whole point of the vision is to push Braun Breaker. Bronson was a great person to add to that as the muscle, as a guy that was fired twice by Vince McMahon, who's constantly overlooked. You know what I mean? But I think that the main goal of this is, Seth to have a group again and to push his vision of what he wants WWE and the wrestling industry to be. And he thinks that, that's going to be Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is the guy of the future. So, but
he is. He is yeah, I agree. I like Roman. So
I mean, I don't know. I just it just reminds me of like all the stuff that people said about John Cena, like specifically in like the 2010s, is all applicable to Roman Reigns, but no one's saying it. I would
agree with that.
Yeah, no, the 3 moves of doom being pushed down your throat. Yeah. Like, no one's saying that about Roman. It's the same thing. Also, before the whole bloodline scenario, they were booing him out of the building because they didn't want to see him, because he was getting pushed down our throat, because Vince really wanted him to be the guy. Then the bloodline stuff starts. No one liked the bloodline stuff until near the end, when Sammy joined. Otherwise, people were bitching and moaning every single week because Roman wasn't there, or Roman was in another title match and he only won because he got help again. Like, where did this mind space shift to this point of being like, oh, he's a god? I'm like, what did he do?
Is the tribal chief?
He lost the title and then he came back and all of a sudden you guys are kissing his feet. I'm just like, he's still the same dude. Like, I don't
see. I like Roman now, especially after rewatching some of his stuff from right after the Shield, like when he first started. It was terrible. It was right after
that until the bloodline. It was terrible.
No, it was. And I mentioned I started really getting into Wrestle Talk, and Wrestle Talk does worst match ever, where they try to find the worst match ever. And they did a watch along of WrestleMania 32 main event, Triple H, Roman. So I legitimately sat and watched it with them. And the difference in Roman now, it makes me want to like him. Like, it didn't feel like it was Roman Reigns. It felt like he was trying to be something he's not. Where I see the tribal chief is Roman Reigns.
Do you see why though? Like, why do you think CM Punk is on his best behavior right now? it's because he's in the spot that he's always felt he deserved. So like that arrogance is like normal. It's the same thing with Roman. Why the fuck is Roman on a podcast shitting on Stone Cold Steve Austin? Why is he on a podcast shitting on John Cena? Why is he on a podcast hyping about himself up about how great he is at this and this and that? Like, I don't know. That's not a guy I want to support because it's like, that's weird to me. I don't know.
It's business.
I mean, to each their own. I will never, unless something drastically changes, I will never understand the hype behind Roman Reigns, nor will I ever support or understand this idea that he was the best member of the Shields, or like Seth has always taken a back seat to Roman. Like that kind of stuff is like absolutely insane to me. But but anyway.
All right, well, what's your lemon?
So this is, of course, it's like a lot of this stuff is always surrounding the IWC, and I know we shouldn't be giving them any time, but you know, when you're online constantly to see what's going on, you see it. And I'm just seeing an uptick in fans talking poorly about or saying that Triple H is obsessed with this wrestler and acting as if they don't deserve it. With the latest being, I mean, there's been a lot of negativity this week about Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, which I think is like, you don't have to like their characters. But this idea that they've always sucked, or they've always been mediocre, or like they're not that good in the ring or the mic, that where the hell is that coming from? But the one that's like even more insane is people talking about Io Sky and being like, oh my God, I can't believe here we go again with Triple H being obsessed with Io Sky. Like she's mid, this and that. I'm like, what is happening? Like it's so crazy to me because like I was just saying about like the 2010 era of John Cena, right? Like we were at that point where people were speaking down on him because they were like, he can't wrestle, he's not good at this. Like we want to see good wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And then you start to see good wrestling and you're complaining. Like Io is like arguably the best women's wrestler in WWE and you're complaining, or you're saying the only reason she's getting opportunities is because Triple H is like obsessed with her. And that's
what pisses me off, because like that's why I give no value to the IWC, except to just make fun of them, and just that's where I vent my frustration at them because they deserve it. They're the most negative group of people on the internet, or just in general when it comes to the wrestling community. Like when I listen to, it's take it from me, it's someone who literally listens to everything, you know, when it comes to this stuff, and who goes to these events, and you know, has a very open mind when it comes to this stuff. There's such a difference in the wrestling fans that you and I interact with when we go to these shows versus the wrestling fans that we interact with on the internet. Like they're just two different people. And it's once you can put yourself in the position to just laugh at them, essentially, then like I feel like you're in that good space as a wrestling fan, headspace as a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I think it's just frustrating because the people that complain the loudest are the ones that get the most attention, obviously. And they are people who don't even know how bad wrestling was like 10 to 15 years ago. Like the quality of wrestling that we see on a weekly basis in WWE is night and day from like 2010, 2011, 2012. And yet you're sitting there and complaining about it. Like that kind of thing is like just so wild to me, especially when we're talking about the women. Like, do you not realize that there are women who are literally competing in a pool full of Jello like that? Or,
oh my God,
they won if they took off their opponent's clothes. You know, like, are we really sitting here and talking about how it shouldn't be Io Sky on TV every week? It's just like, it's insanity to me. It's frustrating. Because like I don't want to constantly see that, you know, like they don't have anything to compare it to, or they're just upset because their favorite is some random person on the roster that maybe doesn't get a lot of TV time, and they're frustrated because somebody else is instead. It's
Mhm.
like that's not how this works though.
No, it's not. Like, you gotta view it like a business.
Mhm.
And yeah, sometimes your favorites are not gonna win. And that's kind of my lemon, is someone who not understanding the wrestling business for
Yeah.
being in it. Uh Fucking insane. Ronda Rousey today went on an interview, and the quote that I'll read is from Wrestling Purist. The fact that they had me fighting Alexa Bliss at all was fucking ridiculous. And you want to know why they had me against Alexa Bliss? Because she had the most merch sales at the time. Like, what the fuck? That's your decision-making process? Yes, because she has that is the most tone-deaf quote from somebody who worked in the industry and like was in the ring,
Mhm.
to say that and not conceptually understand that's how it works and what happens when you leave your ego at the door and aren't self-centered.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is she had a very hard time adjusting to uh, uh, WWE or wrestling storylines do not directly reflect real life or how talented you are versus the person that you're competing against. Like it's not a tally of how many people did you knock out, how many people have you submitted, how many wins or losses do you have? Like that's not how it works. And
Mhm.
so this idea that like Alexa Bliss wasn't on your level, or even she also talks about how she refused to tap out to Becky Lynch for the armbar. And it's like, oh, well, because anytime that I ever had somebody put me in an armbar in my career, I let them just dislocate my shoulder, my elbow, and I kept it moving. And it's like, but this isn't UFC. And you
Right.
came in with a silver spoon up your ass because you were Ronda Rousey. Everybody that worked with you had to do what they were told to do. And the only reason you were put on a pedestal is because of your UFC career. So why are you acting like somebody like an Alexa Bliss or a Becky Lynch is like not worthy of you working with, or actually putting a storyline together with or something? Like, what are we talking about? You got preferential treatment. These girls are actually in wrestling and they didn't get it over you because of who you were, but you have no standing in professional wrestling. Like, I'm glad she's gone. It's just like it's a hot mess.
Wrong comment.
Oh,
Ronda had a because she was the champ.
yeah. Damn, that sucks so bad. Like, I'm like, do you know how many other
So how do
girls
you
in the locker room would have died to get that opportunity to face the women's champion? And yet you only got it because your name is Ronda Rousey, even though you never put on a good match in your life. Like, what are we talking about?
just
It's
ugh.
just she's like the women's equivalent to Bret Hart. Just like absolutely
I know.
miserable.
I really bite my tongue with the Bret Hart stuff because I just don't like that. Would not be my favorite. I would respect game, but that dude is not going to be my favorite. Like, I'm sorry,
Bret Hart's
which
boring.
is
I've already
great
talked about this. Phenomenal wrestler, phenomenal technical wrestler, but
because
boring as shit.
it's Bret Hart. He's a heart. Like, of course, he can be awesome in the ring and all
Yeah,
that
but
stuff. But like, that's not
so
like
many
I
of
would love to still see him lose.
anybody in like the Hart dynasty, basically, maybe outside of Owen because he had a little bit more charisma, they're all boring. They're just boring. Like they're really good at wrestling, but they weren't sports entertaining you. You know what I mean? Like the entertainment part stopped at like being able to see a solid match.
Yeah,
But other than that, it was just kind of like, you know?
yeah. All right, so now it's time to strap in and take a trip around the Wrestleverse, Sarah. So let's start
Oh,
off with
I totally forgot about that too. It's like Sasha Banks breaking her nose twice because she fucking hated her.
yeah, Ronda. She broke Ronda's nose twice.
No, Alexa.
Oh, they hate each other.
Apparently, back from their days in NXT.
No, I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, strap in and discuss WWE potentially spoiling the biggest return in
Crazy.
the last 5 years. AJ Lee. Yeah, here it is right here. WWE shop. Kind of spoiled it. I forget, it doesn't see the account, but it said, "Hey, WWE shop, where's the AJ Lee merch? What am I meant to wear on Friday when I watch SmackDown? Normal clothes." And WWE shop responded, "Hey there. Of course, we wouldn't expect that. With AJ Lee's return to the ring, we are looking to have some fire emoji gear, hopefully in time for WrestlePalooza. Be sure you're signed up for emails and get the latest updates on new live inventory. Happy shopping." That was not a bot. That is not AI. That is legit. That is a gold check mark.
No, I think he was saying it was like an automatic response. Like it wasn't somebody like sitting there responding on the WWE shop account is what I think Richard is saying.
So no, I oh wait, Richard saying I didn't see that.
Richard said it in the chat. I thought that's what you were responding to. Sorry.
So, but here's the thing. Okay, so yes, it's an AI answer, but my thinking goes, how would they just know that like so it's just any superstar? So you can just type in any superstar his name, and they're gonna give you that generic response. Just instead of AJ Lee, replace it with another superstar. Hello? Ah, she's gone. And she's gone. Hopefully she comes back. Well, in the meantime, all right. Well, Sarah will be right back. And well, in the meantime, talk to me. What do you want to know? I will. Oh, Pablo's texting me. So let me know. Oh, the bad guy doesn't believe that Sasha and Alexa had beef working the smarts, and they did a great job of it. I mean, that could be too. I am always under the impression that you don't believe everything you hear. You guys paying the $30? No, I have YouTube TV, so I get it anyways. Alien technology. That's why you have these streaming services. Like, I hate to break it to you, but the $250 a month that you're paying with an Xfinity or a Verizon Vios or something is just going to go back into YouTube TV, HBO Max, Hulu, Netflix, all that. So you just get more options. That's all it is. That's the future of television. It sucks, but it is the way it is. I'm going to save Dickie's comment because, yeah, I wanted to talk about that before Sarah got back. I have to pee, and I don't think there's a better time to do it. All right. I mean, yeah, if you get a VPN, NordVPN is sick. I don't know why I don't have it. I'm hoping that I do.
Sorry.
And there is Sarah, maybe. Dickie, I will say thoughts on WWE draft being scrapped. I did not hear this, but I'll tell you this. I am running to the nonsense execs about a draft soon because of the bullshit that's been happening. My God, did you guys watch?
Don't you think it's like kind of crazy how they're already scrapping it?
It is kind of crazy.
Like, to me, this is the problem that I have when they do that with the draft, because this is something that they've not always, but they've done almost every single time that they've ever introduced the draft. It's like it'll be a thing for like 2 to 3 years, and then they just stop doing it, and then they'll like bring it back again in however many years, and then it's like, I can't get invested in this because you never continue it. And it just doesn't feel like something that should be that hard. If you have it at the same time every single year. You know when you're preparing for it. So I don't understand why it's like it gets pushed back, or they're like, we don't need it this year, or like, what's the point of having people on specific shows if you're not going to have the draft anymore? Like, I don't understand. It's weird.
So I'll go into this because Dickie brought it up already.
Oh.
And because no, sorry, wrong AEW banner. Dickie brought this up already, and I am sad about this. So last night on Dynamite, Kyle Fletcher and the entire Don Callis family attacked Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, and essentially the beatdown was so bad that Kenny Omega was hauled out in a stretcher once again, writing him off of TV and potentially missing All Out, Sarah, which I think is a bad idea, especially when you have it going up on the same day as WrestlePalooza. So
I mean, they're kind of, I mean, I don't know. Based off of what we're seeing about WrestlePalooza, they're gonna bomb. All Out is gonna bomb anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they're going to compete with a potential AJ Lee return, a Brock Lesnar match, like one of John Cena's final matches. You know, like, I don't know. Like, we're going to talk about it, but like, moving the time, yeah, that's great. But like, if you're going to be trying to get people to watch your stuff instead of that, or try to like have the show of the weekend, they have a lot to try and figure out over the next week and a half to make sure that that happens. Because if you're already going to be down one of your biggest stars, like, how are you going to steal the weekend with those names happening in WWE? Like, I don't.
Oh, I know.
I don't know.
It's tough,
is it for his health, or like, what is it?
It really is for his health. Yeah, I hate to, like, I am pissed. You know, the wrestling fan in me is really pissed that I'm not going to see Kenny Omega at All Out.
Yeah.
But
it must
the
be
human
bad.
in me it is bad. Like, he's in a lot of pain after All In, and after All In, basically the main stars on the roster were brutally banged up. Like, Swerve is having surgery, Ospreay's having surgery. Kenny Omega was in a lot of pain, and you know,
is it from the diverticulitis or just in general?
It's a lot. I mean, it's a shit ton of other injuries from the past that are just catching up to him. I mean, when you wrestle that style of wrestling in Japan, combined with a bunch of other, you know, your own original type of style, it's going to weigh on you, and it's hard hitting. He's done a lot of stuff, and it's just the wear and tear.
Well, and you assume that it's pretty bad because wrestlers do not want to take time off if they don't have to for shows like of that magnitude. You know, like, why do you think Seth Rollins was at WrestleMania 40 with his knee hanging on by a thread? You know what I mean? It's because they don't want to miss that. So if Kenny Omega is, you know, I guess at a point where he can't do it anymore, then it must be pretty bad, because I can't imagine he's sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm good with missing All Out. Like, I'm good with leaving at the same time as Swerve is gone and Ospreay is gone. You know, like, it must be pretty bad. So
it sounds crazy, which I'll just make this the next banner because we're still talking about AEW, but it's crazy that they need Darby Allin right now. Like, they need Darby Allin. They need a fresh new babyface to be a hero, and they're kind of grooming it in certain ways. I mean, Danny Garcia would be awesome. He's had some interactions with the Death Riders and recruiting and whatnot. And I'm trying to think of another name that I saw, and someone's going to mention it in the comments, and it's going to hit. But yeah, like, they need to build up another hero, and you can't just have Darby Allin.
Yeah.
We need Orange Cassidy back. Seriously. I don't know where Orange Cassidy's been, but we need him back.
Well, maybe he'll be coming back.
Hopefully. Yeah, I saw this, Dickie. I'm not talking about it. I like
Or is this a joke?
I swear to fucking God, it is.
Didn't Tyson just admit that he took money to lose to Jake Paul? Didn't he just admit that?
Boxing, like this is just another wrestling promotion. Sarah.
It's just
this
so
is sports
stupid to
entertainment.
me. But
It's
this is
entertainment.
it's the latest example of why nobody should take Jake Paul or Logan Paul seriously in boxing. Because like Mayweather took money to have a draw, was it with Logan or Jake? It was like a draw between them. Tyson was willing to take a loss for just 10 million. I'm like, you must really need that fucking money, because that's ridiculous that you're gonna let a YouTuber beat you. Like, that's I just don't know why people continue to watch. Like, why are you still watching? Why are you still giving them your money? I don't get it. Especially when you already know what's gonna happen. This is probably gonna be a draw too.
Yeah, and I hate it. I don't. So, anyways, AEW All Out has been moved to 3 p.m. on September 20th because, and yeah, you can speculate, but basically the reason because WrestlePalooza is going to be at 7 o'clock, and I like this idea. I do like this for the content creators, the streaming. I think this is good for the streaming content creators of, getting your product out all day. Like, you're going to have wrestling on all day.
You know what I think is funny, though, and I don't remember who it was. I think it was just like some random TikToker or something, but they made a really good point about this, about moving the time while it makes sense, especially like what you're saying. It's also AEW admitting that they cannot, or they do not have a super loyal fan base enough to run at the same time. Because if you are comfortable with the fans that you have, then you would be fine with running at the same time, because people who are AEW fans are going to choose All Out over WrestlePalooza. But you know that that's not what's going to happen. So we're like, okay, we need to move it hours ahead because we need to make sure that we get viewers, as opposed to running it at the same time. And it's funny because of the way that people are so tribalist online. You would think that this would not be an issue. Like, yeah, there's definitely going to be way more people watching WWE than AEW because the massive differences in the companies.
Yeah.
But shouldn't you feel secure enough that people are going to want to watch All Out because, like, they watch Dynamite, they watch Collision, they watch whatever you're doing every single week, and you shouldn't have to worry that they're going to choose WrestlePalooza instead? I don't know. I just thought it was like an interesting thought, because it's like you don't really think about it in that way, because it's always like, oh, well, they're going to lose viewers. Well, why would they, though, if they have a loyal fan base? That doesn't really make any sense. I don't know.
There's such a young company, Sarah. There's such a young company that I don't see this being an issue. I think it's actually a good thing at the end of the day. Like, you have to realize that what you're doing at the rate you're doing it, like, if they've only been a company for 5 years and you're putting on shows of this magnitude, like, if you're doing it a little earlier, like, steer into the skid. All right. Like, yeah, like, steer into the skid with it. So
optics just don't look great. You know what I mean? Where it's like you're intimidated and you feel like you need to move the time up. I don't care. That's what I'm saying. I don't think a majority of people are going to care. It's understandable to an extent, but also you're admitting defeat before anything even happens, And based on how long their shows have been going, they will overlap. Like, All Out is going to be on at the same time as WrestlePalooza.
Oh my God. Like, they are the longest shows, but there was not All In. All In didn't feel too long. I will say there was one before or two before.
One was like
All
6
In,
or 7 hours.
but it was still good. Like, it all made sense though.
But the thing is like, okay, moving the time ahead, fine. But if we're supposed to go off of like, okay, the best matches are last, you want to make sure that your shit is done before WrestlePalooza starts, because your main event is going to overlap. Isn't that worse? Don't you want more people watching the main event?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the thing is had this been just a normal random like PLE style show for WWE, I think that it would be fine if they stayed at the same time. But the fact that we just found out about their deal with ESPN, and then it was like, okay, we know they're going to try and jam pack that show because it's the premiere on ESPN. It's like, then you were like, okay, they're going to try and pull out all the stops. But then when those stops include Brock Lesnar and AJ Lee, I mean, come on, there's nothing you can do. There's just nothing you can do it for, like, AEW, I mean.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you think of this rumor? Tony D'Angelo getting the call to the main roster.
I mean, I don't think this is surprising, but I do find him to be a little concerning for the main roster. He screams the type of dude that could flop, unfortunately. And I've kind of said that for a long time.
You
and
said
it's like
that in Philly.
Yeah, because I said it's like his gimmick. Because it's very gimmicky. And that's fine. Like, obviously, the family has been very entertaining in NXT. But that kind of stuff doesn't translate over to the main roster well, usually. So I think that they have to go about it. And I believe that the rumor has already said that they're planning to like change it up a little bit, and I'm sure they're gonna try and make it a little bit less like so soprano-y, because it's just like not believable.
You can do it.
There's a way they can do it in a believable way where he's like an Italian guy that's like very into his roots and whatever. It's just doing the Tony Soprano thing like so much so is going to be a problem. So like I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in any call-ups at this point unless they're already like a bigger name or something because of what we've already seen. Like Carmelo Hayes should have been a huge name on SmackDown, and we're still waiting for that to happen. So somebody like a Tony D'Angelo, who was never as big as Carmelo Hayes in NXT, I don't have a whole lot of faith that he's going to get brought up and be like a huge star, which is unfortunate. I mean, I'm not saying that has nothing to do with him being talented or not. It's just the way that the cookie has crumbled recently. So if I were him, I almost wouldn't want to be called up.
A lot of people are saying he's going to be an added member to the Vision.
I don't like that though.
I do though.
I don't love that because he was the leader of the family. So it's hard for me to believe that he would then join a group and take a back seat to everybody else.
He's going to learn.
I don't know. I'm not buying into anybody joining the Vision because people have been saying this for months. So I'm not, I'm not paying any attention.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Mandy Rose is never coming back. She's making way too much money on showing her asshole on the internet. So
no, she's not. She's not. Sarah, do you think this will be John Cena's last SmackDown?
Didn't I just say that? I said it like a week ago or earlier this week. I said we might be seeing Cena go to Raw, which I think, to be fair, it depends on what the direction is. We kind of wanted to see him versus Drew. And I guess that could still happen, but Drew seems focused on Cody Rhodes right now. So I don't know how they kind of like kick him to the side in order for him to then have some sort of program with Cena. I think that it's fun. I mean, if we only have 8 dates left for Cena, so I think that a lot of us are going to want to see who he will go against on Raw because we haven't been able to see him do anything on Raw. I think the biggest reason for this, though, as I said earlier this week, is that Lesnar doesn't want to be on SmackDown, or Netflix wants Lesnar on Netflix. So they're going to appease that by having Cena on SmackDown tonight. It's rumored that tomorrow night. It's rumored that Lesnar is going to be in Chicago tomorrow night. So I'm not really sure how they go about that. If like this is true that Cena's going to be on SmackDown tomorrow and that's it. I don't know how they then just like move him and Lesnar to Raw and it makes sense. But it's not surprising if that's the case. I don't know really what else he can do on SmackDown at this point.
Drew is the only thing I could think of. Maybe Jacob Fatu if it made sense,
but probably not. Exactly. I mean, because now that Cody is, you would assume, is coming back, either this week or next week.
Mhm.
Roman just left and they've had him on Raw far more than they've
Yeah.
had him on SmackDown. It makes sense to then move Cena to Raw. Plus, he's already mentioned, people that he wanted to face, and almost all of them were exclusively on Raw. So even if we don't see half of them or any of them, at least we are going to be under the impression that it's possible because he's on Raw,
Yeah. Yeah. True. All right. You get to some comments. We have one more thing to talk about before we get into the 1, 2, 3 count. I have to take a little emergency break. Yeah, it's just I have 4 liquids here, and I've been drinking caffeine all day. So we have some comments here. The peeps want to hear from you, not me. I don't know why. So there you go.
Richard says that SmackDown is definitely cooked once Cena is gone. I mean, I think Cody is definitely going to help. But yeah, I think they have to do something. With Roman is gone, Cena being gone. They can have Cody kind of take over that dominant spot again, and maybe they can elevate Drew into being into that sphere for most people as well. If they try and continue to make him like a top heel, hopefully they will do that. And yes, the women's division is a mess, as we've talked about before. I think that it's very interesting, the shift. I think that they're definitely suffering with Bianca out, and it's unfortunate that it feels like one woman has made it fall this far. But I think it's just another case of them not really. It feels like they're not putting a whole lot of effort into what they're doing on SmackDown. So it's like there isn't necessarily a lack of talent or a lack of women that people want to see. It's more so of like, you're not doing anything interesting with them. So like, I don't care what they're currently doing, that's been a thing, especially with the female champions. People were so high up on Tiffany Stratton, and they've just made her such a boring champion recently. So that doesn't help the situation. Richard says he thinks that Cena has 5 more matches in Brock, AJ, Dom, Gunther, Braun. I mean, maybe I would be into that. I think 5 more matches in 8 dates is probably expecting a lot, but I mean, maybe we could see him wrestle on Raw or something instead of a PLE. I don't know. We'll have to see. Do you see Drew winning? I agree that I think he is due for a title run. I think that if he does beat Cody, it's not happening at first, because Cody won the title and then he's basically been gone since then. So I don't think that they will make him champion just yet. I don't know. It's hard for me to buy into like, oh, this person should be champion, this person should be champion, because it feels like there's a lot of arguments to be made about a lot of those people, and it feels like they're not being put in positions to make them a champion. So I want to see Drew be champion. I just don't know that the timing is right. Again, I feel like they're putting him into the world title picture, but they have no plan to make him a champion anytime soon. And I feel like that's just like kind of lame, because I don't know how many times somebody can be put into the main event or in the title picture or get a title match, lose, and then get put in it again. Like, it doesn't matter if they're the caliber of a Drew McIntyre. It's still not like a great look if it's like, oh yeah, he's had 3 title shots in the last 12 months and like he lost every single
one of them. Yeah. All right, I got this for you. Jay saying,
maybe
what if he adds it's still 8 dates in WWE? See what I did there?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I mean, people have talked about this since we knew that Cena was going to be going on a retirement tour, and since they did this partnership with TNA, and Hendry's been popping up everywhere. So I'm not opposed to it. I'm curious, like, because like this is an interesting thing. I almost wanted to like make it a banner, because I saw somebody on TikTok, and I've seen some people talking about it, but I hadn't really thought about it. Where some people feel that Cena doesn't look like he's enjoying his retirement run. And I don't know if that's just based off of like what he looks like in his matches, or if it's the comments that he's been making, like how he's not choosing his opponents and whatever. Like, I don't know why people are coming to that conclusion, but I feel like in a way it's almost it's like it might be true. You know, like
I don't
I
think
don't
that.
know. I mean, okay,
I'm on the side of he is not looking his best because he's sad about retiring.
well, and you know what I think so I would say that I don't necessarily agree that he's like not enjoying the retirement run in totality. I think it's the heel run. I think that The Rock fucked that up so
Oh,
much
sorry.
that
Didn't mean to
has
flip it up.
really that is the part that made it unenjoyable for him, because it really could have been a huge story, like a massive success, because we saw the success of an unplanned heel run by The Rock and becoming the final boss. And it's like, okay, this is super interesting. And the ties between him and Cena and him and Cody and Cena and Cody, like there was so much that they could have done there. And they just didn't do it because The Rock didn't want to commit to anything more than what he did. And so I would assume that would be I would say that. So maybe in a way he's kind of like bummed that he only has 8 dates left, where he could have had so many other matches had he never had to go on a run of like 3 months as the bad guy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, we know Lesnar is going to be one. So I would assume that's happening at WrestlePalooza. That's my guess. We don't know. But yeah, there's a handful of people that we still want to see him go against, and it's just trying to figure out if they can make it make sense, or what, because there's a long list of people that are like, oh, we want to see him with Cena, and it's not going to happen. So it's like, how do you pick and choose? How do you make it make sense? Is he only going to be wrestling at PLEs? Is he going to be wrestling at Raw? Because I think they should explore that too. If you want to see him get in more matches, have him wrestle on a Raw, you know, then it's not exclusively on a PLE. And then, you know, you're like, okay, he has 3 matches left because there's 3 months left in the year, you know, like, I don't know. We'll see. But him versus Joe Hendry would be pretty cool. Not as his last match, but
No.
as just like a random one, you know. I don't know if he's just like talking about how he has a list of people. Maybe he's on Raw and it's just like an impromptu match, you know.
Might be.
Or what feels like an impromptu match.
Yeah, I'm all right. Like, I would just like to see it. I want to see that happen. All right, let's break this down. I want to talk about this Matt Riddle and the GWK controversy, because this is fucking ridiculous. First reported by Cultaholic. Matt Riddle was, so the Spark Notes summary version before we get into it is that Matt Riddle was supposed to take part in a charity wrestling event over in England for GWK, and no-showed the event, did not give them any warning, and it ended up being, he was supposed to face Simon Miller, I'm pretty sure, in the main event, and he no-showed, so Grado
took the check and then no-showed.
Yeah, took the check and no-showed, and it's been a huge controversy because Matt Riddle came out and spoke about it and gave his side of the story, and then other shit came out of Al Snow, who's one of the promoters for it. He announced the match 4 weeks in advance, and Matt Riddle cut a promo like for the match. And if what Matt Riddle is saying to be true is true, it doesn't go along with the promo that he cut. So Cultaholic reported it. Shout out to them. Aiden Gibbons at Cultaholic. Matt Riddle comments. So this is Matt Riddle's quote. He said, "I'm going to make this quick. GWK, the reason I did not go is because you booked me a flight for Thursday for a show that was happening Sunday, and you said you were booking me meet and greets, other matches and appearances. You did none of that. I had nothing scheduled and was going to sit in a hotel room for 2 days in London. I told you multiple times I couldn't do that or wouldn't do that." And then he said that, and then, you know, continued to say, "And I got work for Friday and Saturday and Thursday. I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I told you I would fly to London Saturday evening. You said you pay for it. I go, no, you pay for it. You take it out of my pay, whatever." You guys refused, so I flew to Miami and wrestled there. I never said I wouldn't pay you guys back. That's a lie. Also, the show wasn't a charity event. That's a lie. There was probably a last-second change. You booked me the worst flight in history, bro. Middle seat, no meal, no check bag." Sorry, I'm just GWK. This is probably your last run. I'm just the little dagger of you booked me the worst flight in history, bro. Middle
Yeah.
seat, no meal, no check bag is an all-time line. And then he just uses obscenities. I don't feel like going into that. You get the point. Let me see if GWK respond with something. Sarah, what do you think of all of this?
It's kind of one of those things that's like odd because obviously somebody's lying. And given his track record, it's easy to assume it's Matt Riddle, right? But then if you're going to try to give him some grace because of his reputation, it's easy for any wrestling promotion to put something negative about him out there and people are going to jump on it and believe it, right? So, I mean, it's hard for me to imagine that a wrestling promotion is going to risk their reputation by lying about something like this, because it's not like Matt Riddle isn't a no name in professional wrestling, you know what I mean? But it's hard for me to ever just like take him serious because he's a known liar. So like it's like I can't take anything. First of all, the way you speak is I can't take you seriously. And you're on video or in interviews or on social media lying and lying and lying. Like you're getting caught in lie after lie after lie. So it's hard to give him any sort of grace or to believe anything that he's saying is true, you know? So
this is crazy.
And like
Just
Richard
reading
said, Riddle's comments after being called out felt very defensive and angry, so he didn't sound credible. And that's the thing. Like you very easily could have come out and, you know, apologized for the confusion, whatever. Like you could have approached it a lot differently. And contacted them personally before you took to social media, you know?
It's a high dude doing high things, and that's what you do when you're high, stupid things. Matt, so the original story, Cultaholic has, he no-showed. Yeah, we got to all that. It was the inaugural show. That's what it was, the inaugural show, main event, Matt Riddle and Simon Miller. Riddle no-showed, so they had to call in Grado, who, have you ever heard of Grado? He's awesome. I watched the whole like mini doc about him. He's fucking awesome. He comes out to Like a Prayer. It's the man. So he absolute pro. Shout out to Grado for making the 5-hour drive on short notice to go and wrestle Simon Miller. That's a pro right there. And you know how I read the quote that Riddle said they did not schedule meet and greets for him. Well, it's been reported that they had to extend refunds to said meet and greets that they did book for him.
He should feel lucky that anyone gives enough of a shit about him to book him on their show.
Sir, he's the MLW world champion.
You know, I mean,
you
were fired.
MLW world champion, said no to those bookings, then took a booking on Sunday for Boca Raton Championship Wrestling, where he wrestled with the Wild Stallions, was not on the original card, so he took it late. And
which proves further that he was booked for a Sunday show in England. Exactly. And that's why he wasn't previously on the card he ended up being on. It's like, you look like such a moron. You're proving even more that you are a liar.
Like,
oh my God, Jaden Carter was already ejected. I mean, hey, isn't he kind of problematic?
I don't know.
Isn't Jaden Carter one of the ones that was in the car with his teammate who died?
No, not Jaden Carter.
Are you sure?
One. Yeah, I would have remembered that.
I feel like. And you're right, bad guy. I just don't care. I want to see the demise of Matt Riddle, you know? So I just don't care about this motherfucker. Like, I don't feel like he's real. Like, he's not real. I would be that girl on the plane that said, this motherfucker is not real. That's
not
me.
Real.
No.
All right, so now it's time for the 1, 2, 3 count.
Jeez.
Sarah.
Oh, it's Jalen Carter. Yeah, no, I'm telling you right now. Yes, Carter was in the car. I'm telling you, it's him.
All right, well, congratulations to Kelly, Barbie Blank, on signing a Legends deal. I listened to her interview with CVV the other day.
Quite a stretch, but hey, you go for it, Queen.
What do you mean?
She's not a legend.
I disagree.
She's not a legend. She's a legend in her own mind. How about that? Give her that.
I feel like no. She was a main face of the Divas era. One of the on the latter end.
Yeah, one of the worst ones.
But face, she was a consistent face.
Well, oh yes, I'm not taking that away from her, but I'm not. I'm not going to say she's a legend. She's not a legend.
Okay,
that's a strong word to describe Kelly Kelly, who started off in ECW and did
Extreme
Extreme Expose.
Yes, dude. 5th grade me.
Also, she was fucking around with Punk, wasn't she?
And Cena. Then? Come on.
It's Test when she was 18 years old.
Test. This is the test. Test. This is Test. Coming
Banger
up.
theme. Not great. Not a great person when it comes to dating.
Tough. Yeah. Not someone you bring home to your fam. But shout out to her. I will say, Legends deal, yes, totally see that she deserves a Legends deal. Hall of Fame.
No.
Exactly. Okay.
No, okay, so the Legends deal, I'm just taking it as the moniker
face value.
The moniker is too strong. Okay, but I get it. They say this about everybody that they bring in that is a previous wrestler. You know what I mean? Everybody gets handed this contract, whether they were a legend or not. That's all. I'm just making fun of the fact that she's got a legend deal when she's far from a legend. That's all. And Punk was fucking around back then. Who was it? Maria and somebody else were beefing hardcore because of CM Punk. And I'm like, did you guys see what he looked like? What are we talking about? With a hot ass 25-year-old John Cena running around and you're crying in the corner over CM Punk?
Yes, because it's the edgy, it's the emotion.
Imagine crying over straight edge society CM Punk. That chest hair and the nipple piercings, hell to the no. Hell to the no. No. He's another one who's gotten better looking with age. I would not say I'm far away from saying he's good looking, but he's is another one that got better with age.
Yeah.
So good for him.
I just like when he did this. When he did this, I was sitting in class just
you were marking out and you're like, yeah.
I was just doing this in class and my teacher's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I saw a wrestler do it.
I'm stimming.
I'm just stimming out, Miss Cabral. Okay, I'm just stimming out here.
Don't judge me.
Quick lightning round question: if you could revive anything, bring back anything from wrestling past, what would you bring back?
Hold on, boo boo. The cruiserweight division.
Okay.
But legitimately, it's actually treated with respect and featured. Not just we're bringing it back and then we're just gonna pretend it doesn't exist and we're gonna put it on main event. You know what I mean?
See, 205 Live was actual real graphs.
I know, but then they never showed us it, in a good way. It would be oh yeah, this guy is having TJ Perkins is on Raw. I'm no one wants to fucking see TJ Perkins.
I love TJ Perkins. I think it was his entrance theme that really
his entrance. Yeah, he did. I mean, except for him dabbing and shit. Oh god, the cringe I feel. But Buddy Murphy came out of there. Imagine who could be in that division right now. So it's imagine how good especially when it's being run by Triple H. Triple H loves a cruiserweight. So I would like to believe that if we revived that it would be bomb.
I like this. Revive Cyber Sunday.
Okay.
That was close to my answer. I want to bring back Sunday Night Heat and or Velocity. Pair it. Those shows were awesome.
Yeah.
Especially Sunday Night Heat. I liked how there was a show before the show that built I don't know. I really
You know what? I have a good one.
Okay.
I would bring back the WWE Network. Bring back
Sarah,
the WWE Network.
In the words Steve Harvey, that is a number one answer.
Yes,
That
bring that
is-
back. And all the
That's not
original
even-
programming.
Yeah.
And
everything.
bring it back so that every PLE is on WWE Network. It's $9.99 a month, still in 2025. And everything is on there. You know? That's what I want.
Everything. I remember Countdown was my favorite show. I loved Countdown. I learned so much. Countdown, and then the stories, like the WWE stories about guys on the road, and
I liked
whatnot.
the one was it carpool? It was the carpooling thing.
Yeah,
where they're, like,
carpool,
on the
yeah.
road. Yeah. I liked that. Because like some of the other ones were kind of funny when they did like Punk'd and whatever, but I like to actually hear like what they had to say, like hearing stuff behind the scenes, because now it's so common. Like everybody's talking about behind the scenes and the breaking the fourth
Unreal.
wall, you know, like we hear that so often, but back like 10-15 years ago that wasn't a thing. It was still pretty taboo. So like hearing it from them was pretty cool, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're not watching.
I'm gonna watch the game once we're done, but
once we're done,
yeah.
I'm gonna throw it on. We tried to revive the hardcore title, and we got a green and yellow piece of garbage. Basically.
Yeah,
So,
I think that they're past that. That feels like an AEW thing at this point because they have that style of wrestling like consistently shown. I think they're trying to like move past that. And I feel like if you're going to bring it back and you're not going to do it right, then don't do it at all.
exactly.
And the 24/7 title was not. It had some fun storylines. Like I loved everything with like R-Truth and Carmella. I think Maria and Mike Kanellis had some really funny moments.
Mhm.
And imagine how incredible like Chelsea Green would be with that right now. But she's good without it, you know. Like
Yeah.
I would want to see it back in the way that it used to be, but
Mhm.
I don't see that happening.
No. Cowboys are winning.
Yeah, 7-0.
Tough.
I guess Carter got ejected for spitting. I don't know.
It's tough.
But again, what's the context? Did he spit on somebody? Did he spit at somebody? Was he just spitting? If that's the truth, I don't know because I haven't seen it. But I mean, that is crazy work by the NFL refs to be like, you're already ejected, dude. And he's a big part of. Oh, he spit. Did he spit on Dak? Did he really?
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
somebody needs to confirm that.
Hell
But he's
yeah.
a big part of their defensive line. So
All right.
not a great start for the
No.
Super Bowl champs.
No, not at all. And then the 3 final count. Sara, it's time to talk nonsense. And a weekly update from our lovely friends
Okay.
over on the Nonsense Executive Board.
Oh, from Troy. Is this from Troy?
This
He
is Troy.
spit on Dak. Yikes.
That's tough.
I mean, I understand that they're in the same division, but like, what beef do you have with Dak Prescott in the first like 2 seconds of a game?
I don't know.
Anyway,
but anyway, it's time to hear from Troy.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have an email from Troy, Sara.
okay.
And apparently I've been told that this is going to be a weekly newsletter.
All right.
Instead of me just talking about my own product, it's going to be from a board. But you know what? Happy faces. Federation is on a network. So from Troy, Mr. Pitts, after a week of overseeing the company, we have been pleased with what we have seen. But notice that you are not following orders. Last week, the board watched as a wrestler named Nonsense appeared in the main event of NXT and won the World Championship. We specifically said that there ought to be 0 nonsense characters on any programming other than SmackDown. This needs to be fixed for our next premium live event. Sara, yeah, you're damn right. I put Nonsense in NXT.
So they don't want it on NXT either.
Nothing.
They're laying the smack down on SmackDown.
I see what you did there.
Remember the clip of Elton Prince and he was like laying a banner down and they were like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm laying the smack down.
Do you remember that?
I miss him.
I miss Pretty Deadly too. But anyways, Troy, we got hit from Troy. I don't want to hear. But anyways, so yeah, Nonsense is the champion of NXT right now.
Oh.
And
well, I mean, if you're
little
gonna do
secret.
that, they're gonna be like, "Hey, we told you no nonsense, and you gave it to a dude named Nonsense."
I mean, Sarah, they said it's gonna be fixed by the next premium live event.
Oh.
Fucking right. No shot. All right. But that's a secret between me and the peeps. Speaking of PLEs, Saturday Night's Shenanigans was a huge success. That's great. It was. If you tuned in on twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network, you would have seen it. It was a great show. And the main event shocked me and kind of pissed me off. Not going to lie. But yeah, there was a sold out arena and saw a huge boost in the viewers. Well, was it any of you in the chat? Did you guys tune in? Because Troy says you did. All right. And I got to go off what Troy said.
They definitely smashed AEW in the head to head.
I think we did. I think we were pretty close. I think we were pretty close with AEW. And what else he say? We'll discuss next week at your performance review. What I don't have performance reviews.
Well,
fuck you, Troy. However, we have only one usable clip to promote from the show. Please play now for your audience. What the fuck? What is this? All right. Is this it? No, that's not it. See, yeah, that's the thing. He told me that they were really pissed from the clips that we had. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to share my screen. Sarah, you're going to like this actually. You're going to like the way you look. Okay. Allow. Yes, please allow. Thank you. All right, share screen. So yeah, this is the clip. So Gunther faced Seth Rollins. What? Oh shit. Oh shit. All right, well.
That's right. That's right. What's with the slow count? That's right. That was a very slow count.
So Gunther won.
That's right.
Here is your
Look at him.
No, that's the clip. Anyways.
Oh.
So yeah, Gunther won. He's your champion.
That's right.
And get this, Sarah. He's not the only champion on your show.
No.
Because you now have my champion.
That's right.
Cody Rhodes won. Cody Rhodes won and beat The Undertaker in the main event in a Hell in a Cell.
That's right.
And is now your WWE.
He felt rejuvenated being moved to Raw, you know?
You know what? That's rude of you. All right. I liked Cody on SmackDown. I had big plans for Cody on SmackDown. But no, he's going to feud with The Undertaker. Could you imagine a Cody Undertaker feud?
Well, especially after he helped him win the title at Mania 40. It's fun.
Troy goes on and says, we're not informed that Cody Rhodes would be your NWF champion before switching over to Raw. Maybe you should ask me, Troy. Maybe you should ask me. We have the utmost confidence that you have a plan to bring us a brand new champion to represent this new version of the Blue brand. Yeah, Sarah, I already have a championship design made and plans for it, which I will announce next week.
All right.
We're going to take a week off from the NWF because I'm really pissed at Troy. And I have to apparently go to a performance review. What the fuck does that mean? Please send our deepest apologies to Kevin Owens. Yeah, you should. It was not our intention to take away his opportunity at a world championship, as if anyone didn't know, he was the Money in the Bank holder. It did not logistically make sense for him to challenge for a world championship on a completely different show. Inform him that we will resolve the problem with a solution in the next few weeks. You better, because right now your executive board has him fighting Santos Escobar on SmackDown.
Oh,
I'm not doing that. I'm changing it immediately. Anyways, did you see what we have been working on with the bad gal for the Red brand? Please tell your peeps about our main event on last week's show. Yeah, we did last week. We told you what the Money in the Bank was. Guess who won that Money in the Bank match, Sarah?
Who?
Seth freaking Rollins is your
That's
Money
right.
in the Bank champ, Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And yeah, so now we have Gunther, Cody as champions on one show, and Seth can just cash in whatever. So cool, freaking cool. And what do I got? Fucking nothing. We will be continuing the communication of our updates and renovations for the promotion. Each week, please give these updates to on your show. Your fans will become our fans. Trust us. Talk soon, Troy. Fuck Troy. But hopefully you guys become our fans because I'm trying. I'm really trying over here. So that's all I got though. That's all I got because we got football on and nonsense to be had. Sara, update. I'll be going tomorrow to wrestling show to see BRG, Anthony Green, and a bunch of other New England indie talent. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram for updates on that. And while you're following me, go and follow the channel. Hit subscribe on that button. Hit the subscribe and bell notification to know every time we go live and post new videos. And follow us over on TikTok as well. All right. We're posting new shit over there. Did you post that video of me with the cards?
Oh no, I need to do that. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, it's just a whatever video. There's
Okay.
no time. But yeah, I opened up a pack of AEW cards. Go check that out on the TikTok No Nights Off show. And then I told you mine at Patty Pitts. Go follow me there. And then follow Sara on Twitter at SMarshXO. All right. And I'll be back for the Raw Rewind next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you can do it. All you got to do is try. See you next week. Peace.